You blew it! You blew
Let's go, everybody. Game number 1, Dota fans. I'm very much zoomed in. I can't believe this game's gonna get started. Yeah, there we go. It's gonna be Virtus Pro versus TSpirit. Trent, how you doing? You ready for another upset?
Yeah, I was waiting a while for this game to get started. You know, I was like, easy 2-0 Hellraisers. And it wasn't so easy, and then it got totally flipped. So I don't know what's going to get flipped here. I don't know if the champs are just going to take it. That would be my expectation. But, you know, Virtus Pro, stock's going up. See if they can finish it out. Oh, look at that zoom in.
Look at that. We're coming for you, frickin'. Who is that?
It's Collapse.
Oh, that's Collapse. Hey, Collapse, what's happening? Oh, man, in the ground afterwards. That was scary, Trent. That scared me a lot.
We have the technology, you know.
Really impressive. So, quick word out there to everybody. You and I were just talking about this, and guaranteed tiebreakers off of this game.
Guaranteed. Yep.
A little bit wild, because obviously, since there's DPC points on the line for each of these different spots, depending on where you finish, you have to do a tiebreaker between first, second, third, and fourth, all of them. And right now, if TSpirit win, then it is between Hellraisers and Virtus Pro, and if Virtus Pro win, then it's between TSpirit and PuckChamp. No matter what, there's tiebreakers.
Begins.
That's what we like to see. I want more games. You know, I'm not ready for the season to be over. We'll keep things rocking. Maybe they'll just keep playing Dota forever.
We can hope, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there is no time limit to a Dota match. So
actually, you know what? I hope that doesn't happen, because I want a freaking patch, man. I am done with this patch. It is.
I guess, yeah. It's hard to patch when the game keeps going. That's a fair point.
That is, I think that the biggest thing that would be awesome is like the big map change. It feels like it's been years at this point since we've seen anything.
I say we throw Roach back to his old spot, you know. Probably misses home a little bit. Needs to move back in. Everybody's moving back home in this economy, so it would be nice if Roach went back to where he started out, you know.
That's right. It's a part-time job, you know.
Yeah.
Starts doing Uber Eats.
He's working in the secret shop. They get rid of the shopkeeper to cut down on costs. You have to go to the Roach pit over there now.
I love this. Just put him on patrol command. This is a great little fanfic that we've put together here, Trent. I'm digging it.
Well, you gotta do something here, you know. Gotta save the patch.
Well, at least for now, things looking pretty good so far for our man, Mr. Toronto Tokyo. Already 9-0, facing off against this Queen of Pain. Was able to get the wave pushing into him and then clear through a bunch of them with remnants. So off to a nice start. Only 4 CS so far for GPK.
Yeah, a little sassy Queen of Pain here. And they start throwing some stuff out here, you know? Start being the queen. Bringing the pain. You know, you're not supposed to let anyone have a good time in your lane these days. There, GPK's getting the space in there now. You know, he's level 2. Now he's at level 3. We'll see how upset he is. We'll just take the 2 points and scream. Won't be some dagger stuff happening.
Be interesting. Other lanes, taking a look at it. Collapse playing on this Legion Commander with Mira, facing off against Coda and Pure, who has at times looked very good. You know, again, the young pickup for Virtus Pro in the carry position. And at times struggled a little bit, but I think that's definitely been so far the story for Virtus Pro. Everybody came in anticipating TSpirit comes in first, Virtus Pro comes in second, but they've struggled against a couple of different teams and looking to try and reassert some of that strength now.
Has a very interesting hero pool now, bringing out the Templar stats, which is you know, a little bit more standard, I would say, compared to some of like the snipers and the clinks and everything, but does follow a rather similar pattern of just being like all damage and somewhat risky. We'll get more involved though, I would think, in the middle of the fights, obviously, so the Templar assassin, you can push it a bit further with the refractions. So we'll see if Pure's ready for that.
On the other side of the map, at least for now, the DM going for a creep pull back over to the other side here, and Yatoro farming under tower as Drow. Oh, courier snipe. Boshka has been well done.
Easy. He's actually got stunned with a mango. Okay, Yatoro didn't believe. There were creeps coming. It wasn't worth. Also has level 2, so potential Shadow Realm as well there for Yamich.
Hands off.
And it takes enough time that like you can definitely spot it, and sort of get that off before the sun comes through. Yeah, nothing really to write home about. So far, really just Storm who's leading the way in terms of CS. I think he's cleared through that camp twice now and is finally going to get blocked off by GPK.
Baposhka bottom lane, though. Gonna be your first blood.
Right click. Oh, comes through. Much rolls high on the damage with that one and able to take down the Lion. Well done.
Yeah, so Baposhka was playing in the tree line there, and he put down an absolutely beautiful bramble where he just couldn't move. So he had to like think for a second. He went to cut down a tree, but after getting brambled once, it took so long for him to figure a path out of there, getting brambled again, that DM's able to catch with the stun, and then the easy follow-up for that first blood.
Very, very nicely done there. See Storm keeping the farm up out of the lane for now. That was another stacked up double camp. So using the jungle really effectively. And we also saw the same thing on the Legion commander who was farming up that small camp as Baposhka trades a couple more hits there with DM.
Yeah,
so far,
DM somehow just hit a 2-hero hoof stomp at 4 minutes versus double range. I don't know how that happens, but it did. So that was pretty cool. He just like walked into the lane and they just didn't respect it. He's like, okay.
Take it. God, yeah, retaliate. The 2 points up in it is gotta be annoying. This double range, but should still. It means that you know, obviously no double edge, no like real burst potential here, but it's gonna be another wave pushing into the tower. At least for now, still a very slow start.
Yeah, you just imagine that like when Drow's playing as that safe laner, you envision yourself like just pushing back the enemy offlaners, trying to push back under his tower.
Right click comes through. Oh, the brain sap though, trying to survive, but it won't be enough. Trades off the aggro afterwards. Collapse gets through the trees, and they're able to just secure the kill and get out after. Not bad.
Radiant's bottom
very happy with that. As Toronto Tokyo not happy with how that mid lane looks. Just gonna back it up as there is a level 6 Queen of Pain there in the mid lane. No threat of the ulti quite yet, but no ability to escape right now for Toronto Tokyo. So back to the jungle, losing some of that early steam he picked up in the lane, sort of respecting the power of the Queen of Pain with the 2 points in the dagger. Not going to be mid quite as much.
No, you can keep farming up in the jungle and come back through, clear the wave every now and then. Has 6, so might feel more confident with it. Baposhka comes in, gets the deny on the invis as GPK went to blink for it. So nicely played there. Yeah, GPK ready to make something happen with Sonic Wave, which can be skilled now if he wants to go for it.
Yeah, that's why that Invis rune. Yeah, that Invis rune was so important, right? Because that probably would have been a free kill somewhere. You know, if you don't get vision on that and deny that.
Oh, he's hiding in the trees. I don't know where he went. Baposhka hit off to the side, but the brambles will be laid down, and that makes a nice little move over for Toronto Tokyo. So it won't get the kill. Finally. Time. Double bounty rune over on the far side. Gonna try and stack up Ancients and the hard camp. It's there in time to do it. This is gonna be a nice little build up of gold for Pure here to eventually take.
Yeah, almost reaching that time, huh? I mean, Legion and Io constantly pressuring you. Having a Bane, I'm sure, has helped, but you know, being one of the better 5s in the laning stage, unfortunately, some of your better tools like the Nightmare, very difficult to use versus the Io +1 since they're always playing so close together. Hard to really abuse anything Nightmare related when they can just trade off constantly. And then you always think about like out regenning because you have Brain Sap and they just have, you know, Io regen plus Legion Commander with a Moment of Courage. It's this is not an easy lane up top for Virtus Pro.
No, it's not. TeamSpirit are going to keep that going as a little pull there. Toronto Tokyo still farming up in the jungle. Has just been AFK hitting creeps and well,
got those.
Finds them. Trying to trade some hits. Sonic Wave not able to dodge it. GPK gets the kill, and guess what? Mira might also end up. No, he doesn't have enough mana left on the QOP.
He got
now
greedy.
They do. Oh no, Mira, not like this.
Anyone?
Trying to TP out. Oh, needs to make it happen, but it won't be there in time.
Not even
TP.
Radiant's bottom tower
totally fine.
Baposhka, after taking the tower, kind of in no man's land. DM has 2 points up in that hoof stomp. Can Baposhka get out of there? Looks like they're going to give it up, not decide to go for the full kill onto the Lion.
Oh, he's going to make him wish he did. He's like, okay, I'm coming.
God. So annoyed.
Oh, at least give him the high five, Maposhka.
High five for you, DM. And that's that's going to be a big creep wave.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised they actually didn't catch that Observer Ward yet. From Virtus Pro, still in their Ancient Triangle after it's what spotted out those stacks. And yeah, now they're gonna be like, oh hey, it was actually under a sentry this whole time. So Yatoro gonna grab that. And moving to Tokyo zone. So you got your mid and your safe lane farming the Radiant Triangle. Not ideal necessarily, but they've lost that bottom half of the map. Like I said, you know, DM's running through there. Maposhka's having some fun. He's farming under the tower. Great little micro movements there. Practicing an Agnum's Labyrinth, I'm sure, to not get brambled by that Willow. We've all been there lately.
I mean, if he's just like, this is what, a double wave and then another one coming in afterwards. Maposhka getting all of this farm to start. I mean, you missed. You last hits there. It happens to the best of us.
It's okay. Camera was gone. It's
fine. You know, that's really big. If you can get into a quick blink dagger, that would be huge.
Yeah, I mean, he's 6 without Tome, so that definitely frees it up for Mira.
Stupendous.
Okay, the 1 to 2, not a whole heck of a lot of action in terms of kills, but still a lot of farming going on. And sitting top of the net worth chart right now with that kill on the Storm earlier is the Queen of Pain. Pops the DD, and with DM here, this is the other nice part about having a Centaur Vanguard done. This is the dead tier 1 tower, most likely. Stomp doesn't come out in time. Lots of damage, but the finger of death afterwards, and DM just dies. All right, never mind. That's a bad side of it. Maposhka's gonna eat the dirt as well, but I mean, Centaur for Lion every day of the week.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It felt kind of safe as pure. I haven't watched that Class Blade Mail up there. Oh, Relocat's coming through.
He might just be dead now. Yep, you're in trouble. And a couple more punches, they get the pull back in and will die. But they did take down the mid-tier 1 tower in the meantime for Virtus Pro. And, well, Mira is going to be the one that's left behind as they drop Brambles, get a couple more punches for the kill.
Okay, mistakes and good plays here from Virtus Pro. I think perhaps going for that tier 1 without the 6 on Yamcha, he was so close, was a little bit of an oversight. Like that's a great way to just double the protection on DM, right? Like DM's have an amazing game. Kind of stinks to be slowed down now because you're just trying to like force that mid tower. But they probably recognize that they had a pretty good lead. If you combine the 1 and the 2s of both teams around that time, there was like 600 more gold available right there just on like Virtus Pro. Like I think they kind of feel that they were getting away with lost stuff, and you know, Drow and Storm both in the Radiant Triangle, so try and keep that pressure going. I like that aspect. Just a little bit longer. They just waited for that 6 on Yamcha. I feel like DM doesn't die.
On. You know, they are going to at least now be able to have that level 6 online. Toronto, Tokyo playing together, spots the QOP blinking out of the jungle there. They weren't able to connect. This whole time that was happening, Pure went and cleared through that ancient stack. So a nice little chunk of gold for the TA to try and play some catch up. Still only about 1,400 gold separating top and bottom of the core net worths. As we see the smoke up now happen. DM, Koda, and Yamich. And they do have grip available. With this tier 1 tower being dead, it gives them a lot more freedom to particularly run in here and find Yatoro maybe. They caught sight of him briefly and jumps in. That's the blink reveal. This is big. Finds Yatoro and he's dead.
Yeah, that was just freedom right there. Easy peasy one there. Great ward that was left over sort of near the mid, in between the tier 1 and tier 2 on the top of those stairs, helping just like skate out the movements, give them a good idea this was relatively safe and hard to de-ward, because if you go for the pillar ward, then you miss it there. So they also don't have vision giving spells on their support, so then you got to bring out the couriers, and it becomes a whole mess sometimes when you're playing support.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Oh, good blink out from DM. Dude, he got the courier first too. What the hell? Now Stampede collapse. Oh man, missed earlier. Good Earth Spike comes out, but the jump from downtown. Trying to control GPK, the silence afterwards. Look at the hits. Oh, it's almost enough, but GPK is going to live through it.
Definitely going.
Deep, looking for the finish, but the Sonic Wave to turn, and then he lives. Toronto, Tokyo gets out of there.
Now they march.
Dire's
Guy got
middle
caught
tower
on
is under
camera
attack.
murdering somebody, and there's just no justice in this world, Trent. Gets away.
My thanks.
Unreal.
It's, I mean, it was a great initial play by DM to go in for that dive, like just to try and get the safety for GPK. But once you don't get the big kills from there, then I feel like Spirit's kind of recognized, all right, well, that was like their last big play. It was the Centaur assault. Just go, be free, Toronto, Tokyo. Mira's, you know, I'll be there. I'll back you up. I'll get a Holy Locket soon enough. You'll be fine.
Just burned through his courier earlier. Like you saw it, Centaur getting it, but crazy. You know, misduel, hoof stomp, not enough.
Radiant's bottom
Then
tower is under attack.
Spirit, the ones that can have that big final blast as collapse, blade mail, and TP out. Nothing to break it. 5-5.
Yeah, the towers are just falling after single engagement so far in this game as the map sort of opens up here. And Hoda gonna have the smoke pop, finds just Maposhka. Yeah, very good play. Just go for the Nightmare once and then scout.
Relocate, realizing you can't take all the team.
Let me get my arrows back.
It's an interesting answer to the Bane, right? Like Bane goes out and tries to set up on somebody, and the relocate can be there to counterplay.
Yeah, I mean, Io and Bane, I think the most picked pairing for Io in the history of Dota is actually Bane. It's not any of the core pairings that you tend to think of, simply because people used to run it constantly. This idea of doing that, of doing Nightmare and then relocate for the kill. So obviously, you know, if they're on opposite teams, it's going to work much better for the IO in most of these situations. Although Bane, of course, has some pretty good counterplays versus the IO between like the new age and feeble, and then just Nightmare one, grip the other. So they have a really interesting dynamic between them, whether they're allies or enemies in Dota.
Catch a sight there. Maposhka, as we're seeing farming down there, was able to take away that rune that set up the fight earlier. So gets the observer ward. Rather, I mean, de-warded and trying to get towards that blink dagger, about 1,000 gold away from it. Now, Virtus Pro, what's their move? I mean, it's like they want to try and go for another fight again.
Dire are scanning.
Smoking
yeah, kind of baiting out Pure in the mid lane. And you would think that Roche is on the menu. You have a Templar Assassin. You have a pretty capable tower push. So when you're going for that next level, the Aegis would be what you're hoping for. And playing as 5 should mostly benefit them versus Nile +1. DM, oh, not quite.
Chase has Stampede. They're not going to go for it. They realize they can't get there. Damn, just a little off the mark.
I'm more impressed that Toronto Tokyo didn't panic Orchidum.
Yeah. Never in doubt. Oh, and yeah, they're going to check this ward spot up here, I'd assume. Maybe not. No, so they see all of Virtus Pro together. And
yeah, I think they're just out of detection. Yeah, he's sending some out on the Bane. He's like, yeah, this does not feel good, guys. Now, likewise, though, they also just made a smoke close to that Virtus Pro ward near their tier 1. So if if they kind of saw people milling around, they might have an idea this is happening. And judging by how far back they're retreating, they just want to play it safe. Although they all just walked over that ward in the mid lane here too. So yeah, Team Spirit, if they want it, they got it right now.
They have the relocate available. And yeah, it looks like seeing them there, they decide, no, we'll just spread up, we'll farm, get into that next set of items.
That was a whole lot of nothing for both teams here.
Yeah, you can tell there's like a lot of tension on the line. And it's interesting too, because like both teams have a lot, I feel like, to prove. Team Spirit, if they could come in and like absolutely clean up everybody. Whoa, jump. The stun afterward. Oh, and they blew him up. Toronto Tokyo ran right into it. Jason now looking for more. Do they have enough? They have the blade mail, but Collapse is going to get ripped through here. Looking for the finish. Not quite enough yet, but Poshka trying to slow it down, but Collapse gets chased. Another round of the dagger. And oh, good decision by Collapse to hide off in the trees there. That keeps him alive.
Illusion.
Damn. What blew him up there? Oh, he just got hoof stomped.
Yeah, he just got jumped on it. A very bold play to go for that on a Bane de-warding near Roche versus the TA.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, you know, it was a little bold to head into the pit. I guess I'll say that from First Pro, as GBK found it by Yatoro there. Oh, I'll head on back home. But Roche taking a while right now. They're actually back up. If Toronto Tokyo is feeling a little bit feisty here, perhaps a little bit piggy with his pole, he could go for this.
That'd be pretty cool. No, I don't think there's any way. Surely not.
I think they're probably just like
this.
They're just like, man, that took a long time. Like, yeah, they were still roaching.
Crazy. I think Pure just got bashed a bunch, and they didn't want to tank for it on DM, I guess. Worried that there might be another jump he needed to counter initiate. Regardless.
Well, yeah, boxes checked off now for Virtus Pro. This is what they're hoping for. This opens up your itemization for Pure. Just secures the like the Blink Deso with this. I mean, he went Falcon Blade and Dragonlance too, so like piecemeal items there.
This is potentially dangerous. The jump in and the duel afterwards. They're gonna clean up. Oh man, TSpirit. How they jump in? Sonic Wave. No, look at the damage. Oh, GPK almost killing all of them. Holy hell, that was deadly. How much damage did he do there?
Not enough.
Crap. There was almost enough there, but they didn't have it. They kill the TA twice. Oh, GPK's pissed.
I would be pretty annoyed if it was on Virtus Pro's team right now. I feel like, you know, you're just putting yourself in such a vulnerable position for no real gain versus a Storm and a Legion to be that close to a tier 1 without the backup. I mean, again, it's actually exactly what happened with the Roche Pit, where you see that jump in play and it really pays off for TSpirit because you have this relocate threat and you're just like, oh, it works. There's no one else here. Let's blow her up. Now, last time he did that, you know, it looks silly because you're like, oh, he just tried to jump someone right next to the Roche Pit and they just blink Centaur stop. Well, this time, there was no Centaur stomp, and they all die. Well, you know, the two of them die, and they all get to run away save Mira.
Well, and it was just like Storm was there for so long, like setup. He knew that was gonna be the play, like as they were still finishing Roche. just oh man, and we're dropped down now. Stack up, Pure, leading the charge. The wrap coming. They find him though. Jump in. Gonna blow up that Queen of Pain. The Impale afterwards. They tried to hook stomp, but it wasn't there. Oh, Maposhka was a little bit too quick, and now Toronto Tokyo gonna find the Bane, kill him off the boot. TSpirit, they came to play, looking good.
His counter is just gone on DM. Like between the shard on collapse and then Maposhka just being ready for it every time now by pre-layering down that earth spike, that was just beautiful. Free kill there. And yeah, Maposhka gets blown up by TA, but that's fine.
This will do nicely.
Ooh, nutty. And in the meantime, pulling off some illusions there. Trying to slow down whatever they can. I mean, the other thing, Yatoro's just like not been touched at all this whole game. Has the Hurricane Pike done along with the Manta now on this Drow, and going for Scotty next. Not even opting to go for a BKB here. I guess
yeah, I was actually just thinking how this is the longest I can remember a game where there wasn't a BKB like nearly done. You know what I mean? Like TA is still pretty far away considering, especially for how farm she is, and she does have the double small items there. It feels like BKB has just been so integral to like the early mid game, as it were, in Dota lately, where everyone just wants to get like that one BKB and play around it. And with Collapse supplying one to them with the press the attack shard, they feel a little bit safer.
Well, DM tries to stop this, misses the hook stomp. Tokyo got to be careful. They got the fear now onto Io. In for more. They blow code on the other side. Pure still a lot of damage here, and this shard, it's actually kind of wrecking them. Oh, Manta dodges, tries to do it. The Hurricane Pike afterwards on the DM. Is there enough damage? Yatoro gets healed back up. Press the attack, dismantling DM. Nobody on TSpirit is dying as they find now GPK. Hex, Chase, Dakota hoping to stop this, but the silence is out. Toronto Tokyo won't even die. Nobody's dying except for Virtus Pro. TSpirit, unreal.
The hypothermia on Drow is so cool with the Legion Commander. Like, she is just hitting so fast and the damage is amping up even quicker. almost 5k damage in that team fight. Pretty much how much the entirety of Virtus Pro was able to dish out.
So good at team fighting, like covering each other. You know what I mean? It's like not...
and all fighting under a ward there too.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that helps.
Throwing it down in the fight. Everyone had vision there, and there's still even a dire ward in that mix up there, which is pretty hard to make out. But I don't know. Virtus Pro also feeling like they have to commit for these fights by the looks of it. Like Pure, I thought was going to get out. I'm just like, nah. I think we can do this, and clearly that was not the case.
Right, and so close to BKB too, right? That's the power spike, and you know, taking that fight before that comes out. They find another DM. He's dead. Didn't stand a chance.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And Collapse starting to build up some of that dual damage, building towards an AC next. And if he can finish that off, that is a huge problem. 2,000 gold away.
Feels insane that you can do 600 damage to a Centaur with just 4 hits at this point in the game as Yatoro.
DPK found again. Earth Spike afterwards. They got the pull to 0. They were ready the whole time for GPK. The moves just come too quickly.
Yeah, and his Lincolns was on his courier. It's now heading back home. So, well, Lincolns will be there for the next time you're up, but unfortunately not the case. And also, Toronto, you did just buy out a full BKB as well. After like looking at some other stuff, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna get BKB and clinch this one. So, frees up Collapse a little bit to perhaps focus some more on the Drow as well. It's gonna simplify your fights.
Oh man, it's gonna be tough. I mean, I still feel like right now, if you're Virtus Pro, the game has just gotten so far out of your hands that I don't know if this BKB on Pure is going to be enough here. See, did do this disassemble action of the Dragonlance. Mira just feeling good about himself, throwing out those voice lines. They claim the outpost, and what, a minute until Roche is capable of respawning roughly.
A very explosive game overall in terms of things sort of like building up to one clash, and then from there it just seems to have cascaded just like constantly in the favor of TSpirit, simply because they have so much chase down. I mean, they're doing a great job on these initiations from Maposhka. Probably my MVP so far if I have to pick one from TSpirit with the way that he's playing. I feel like he's constantly setting up for all these plays, and then just it simplifies the relocate game as well. Plus you have a Storm on your team, so you know, if you can get that initial stun or double stun, everything's just going to go well for you. Has the gem now too to just clean up the map a little bit now, and going to lead a smoke. Tell the team to go, and onward they march as they lose that top outpost.
Know where they're at, that's for sure. Drops down another ward. There is a sentry in range, so Virtus Pro going to be aware this is happening, and Maposhka backs out after the fact. See if anybody comes to deward this.
They could also go gem the pit as well and get rid of the trap. But they don't want to go too close. Maybe something that Virtus Pro is pondering as well. Going to be running into each other. Lines drawn here by Pure.
Good vision. Start. They see the Drow. They don't see anybody else.
Yatoro.
Collapse right behind him. Jumps in. Press the attack. Backs away. Sonic Wave. Whip. What a reaction from Collapse. They get the Yules on Toronto, but it won't be enough. One blow up there. Maposhka dead. Duel afterwards. On to Pure. Completely left alone. Gets exploded. GPK next one to fall. They buy back on the line with Maposhka on the hunt. High damage on the far side. GG. They're done. They've had enough, Trent.
Yeah.
Demolished over the last 10 minutes.
TSpirit. It's like the laning stage is just this like no rush 15 minutes situation, and then everyone decides like,